Urgent Day Bears fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Ben Johnson may have just spilled the beans on the Bears' 2025 NFL draft plans. In the early months of his tenure as the Chicago Bears head coach, Ben Johnson hasn't shied away from any opportunity to talk about his direction for the Bears. Johnson's latest interview came with Adam Hogue of CHGO. While covering the NFL's owner meetings this week, Hoagie sat down with Johnson to talk all things Bears. While there were plenty of things to take from Johnson's interview, the biggest may be what the Bears plan on doing in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. During the interview, Johnson was asked about Penn State tight end Tyler Warren. Johnson's response left little doubt about what he feels about Warren. There's a part in here where T.E. Tyler Warren was discussed. The Bears, like many teams, consider him one of the best players in the draft. The Bears watched film of him together. DC Dennis Allen relayed to Ben Johnson and others how much of a problem he would be. https co-whpmawqa Adam Johns, March 31st, 2025. Chicago Bears may have an eye on Tyler Warren. It's no secret Johnson's offense with the Detroit Lions placed an emphasis on the tight end position, so it would be fair to speculate that his offense with the Bears would have a similar structure. While the Bears do already have Cole Kmet, Warren could offer a level of playmaker at the tight end position that Kmet hasn't fully reached. Even before Johnson's interview, there were clear signs the Bears had an interest in Warren. While Warren did not work out during Penn State's Pro Day, he will have a top 30 visit with the Bears. The question becomes, do the Bears like Warren enough to take him with the number 10 selection, or could they trade back and hope Warren is available later in the first round? There have been mixed opinions when it comes to Warren. Once believed to be the clear top tight end in the draft, there have been recent suggestions that NFL teams are souring on the Penn State product. Of course, that may be some of the tongue-in-cheek wordplay that is evident across the NFL during the final weeks before the draft. The selection of Warren wouldn't signal a trade of Kmet, but one would question the fit. If the Bears were to select Warren in the first round, it would give the impression of him being the primary pass-catching tight end in Johnson's offense. Kmet could, in theory, move to a blocking tight end role, but even that wouldn't fit his profile. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest The Monsters of the Midway news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Bears could strike deal. For Ravens' first-round pass rusher, the Bears are looking to add another pass rusher, and a trade for a former first-round pick could be the solution. The Chicago Bears are not hiding their intentions this offseason. They will do whatever it takes to find talent to add in the trenches, whether it's via trade or through free agency. Despite signing Colts pass rusher Dayo Odeyingbo to a 3-year, $48 million deal, the Bears are still searching for another talented pass rusher. Most people would assume they could just wait until the draft to acquire one, but then again, the Bears did trade for 2 starting guards before the start of free agency. Pro Football Focus PFF highlighted Ravens edge rusher Odafe Oweh as the team's top trade asset, and the Bears could pursue a trade for the former first-round pick. Bears could pursue a trade for Odafe Oweh. According to PFF, the Ravens have several key players entering contract years, including veteran names like Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, and Kyle Van Noy. However, Oweh stands out as a possible trade piece. The former first-round pick has notched 109 pressures over the past 2 seasons. On a 77, 9 PFF pass rushing grade, which ranks 21st among qualified edge defenders. While Oweh has been above average as both a pass rusher and a run defender, his play might not warrant a lucrative extension. The Ravens could face a crossroads with the 26-year-old heading into the draft. Oweh is coming off a strong 2024 season, tallying 10 sacks, 39 tackles, and a forced fumble. If Baltimore isn't planning to extend him, trading him now would prevent losing him for less down the road. Why the Bears should be interested? The Bears have brought in pass rushers in different ways. Out of the main 3, Montez Sweat came over. Via trade, Dayo Odeyingbo via free agency, and Austin Booker via the NFL draft. So to say trading for Odafe Oweh is out of the picture, think again. The Ravens are one of the few teams left in the NFL running a 34 defense. Despite Oweh playing as an outside linebacker, he has the physical makeup, 6'5" and 255 pounds, to transition to defensive end. He's ranked 31st out of 201 qualified edge rushers in pass rush grade 73, 0 with a 66, 7 run defense, 66 in 211, and 71. 2. Overall grade 46th to 111. Oweh is a speedy pass rusher who is great in the run game and has learned to use his patience and explosiveness to his advantage. Since being drafted, he's expanded his arsenal of pass rush moves, including a nice double swipe, cross chop, and spin move. Oweh has come a long way, and Ravens fans would certainly be angry if they saw he was traded. What would it cost? Baltimore is unlikely to part with Odafe Oweh for anything less than a day 2 draft pick. If the Bears can secure him for a 3rd-round selection, it would be a win-win scenario. Chicago lands a young, ascending pass rusher, while the Ravens gain additional draft capital without committing to a hefty extension. Given the Bears' aggressive approach this offseason, don't be surprised if they make a move for Oweh. Bears coach Ben Johnson reveals offseason plan for QB Caleb Williams. When the Bears kick off their offseason program Monday, first-year coach Ben Johnson will begin building a foundation with quarterback Caleb Williams from the ground floor. You need to be able to see the game as a play caller through the lens of the quarterback and vice versa. Bears coach Ben Johnson, you go back to the basics, Johnson said Tuesday at the NFL owners' meetings in Florida. It's the fundamentals of the quarterback position. What's our footwork going to look like under center? From the shotgun, what are we calling? The formations? What's the defensive identification going to look like? So that we're all speaking the same language. We've got to get on the same page because it'll be a little bit different for him than what he experienced last year, and if we can mesh together and start speaking the same language, that's when things will really start to take off. Johnson is eager to begin working with Williams so the two can begin thinking as one. You need to be able to see the game as a play caller through the lens of the quarterback and vice versa, Johnson said. He needs to see the game through the eyes of the play caller as well. Why are we calling certain plays? What is the intent of the play? For me, everything that I do really is to try to set it up within how he sees the game. Johnson revealed that Williams will take more snaps from under center during offseason workouts to gauge the second-year pro's comfort level. Last year, the Bears ran 78 of their plays out of the shotgun formation, tied for 16th most in the NFL, while the Lions lined up in the shotgun less than any other team, 44. 0. There are some things that we're going to encourage that he looks to do a little bit differently, Johnson said. He's been predominantly a shotgun quarterback for most of his high school and college career, and so he's very comfortable there. We're going to work to see the comfort level under center and how much of that applies. We had a lot of success where I was last. That going under center for the run game did translate in play action. More play action passes should help the Bears limit the number of sacks they permit in 2025. It takes a village, Johnson said. I don't know what the number was in terms of seconds that Williams held onto the ball before releasing it, but we would certainly like to bring that number down. Part of that is, how well can we scheme number 1 or number 2 in the progression open for him? The protection up front can get better, the route runners can get to their spots faster, we can move the pocket a little bit more. There's a lot of things that we have at our disposal that can help with that process. In Detroit, Johnson coordinated one of the NFL's most explosive offenses. Over the last 2 seasons, the Lions led the league in average points 30, 1 in yards 402, 2 per game. In 2024, Detroit scored an NFL-leading 68 touchdowns and ranked second with a franchise record 409, 5 yards per game. Last season, Johnson learned the importance of expected points added EPA, a metric that measures how much each play impacts the likelihood of scoring points. Plays are quantified by factors that include down, distance, and field position. The EPA in the passing game is really one of the most critical factors in determining wins and losses right now, Johnson said. That's probably changed over the last 5 years or so. I would have said 5 years ago turnovers, takeaways, that was number 1. From what I understand now, EPA for the passing game has now surpassed that. Whatever team has the higher passing game EPA at the end of the game, they generally win that game over 80 of the time. It's a huge stat. That's where we look to how do we help inflate that number. Higher completion percentage, more run after the catch opportunities. That's not to say we're not going to take our shots down the field and look for big explosive plays, chunks, or touchdowns that way. There's a lot of ways we can get that done. And now, Da Bears fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Da Bears. I'll be back any moment with more The Monsters of the Midway news.